Hello everyone and welcome to another traditional draft of Phyrexia All Will Be One. Do I have a playset of those Rexes? I don't. Alright, a 7 drop is a lot, but if you first pick it, yeah, you can draft a deck that can access 7 mana if you get the correct cards, but shouldn't be too hard. Now, if I don't take the rare here, I like Troller Drake. I like it more than the Raptor. This has the potential to just become an insanely big thing. It's vulnerable, of course, once you play it, but if you can untap with it, you can usually make it into quite often into a 3/3 or something. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Mythic Rare here, partly because I still can take one of these so that it actually contributes to finishing the set, but it's also very good if you can cast it. I mean, just read it. uh, the tough part is actually casting it. Well, this pack is really good for my first pick because there are two cards that just contribute to it right away. There's the Vorak and there's the Convert. The question is which one of them is actually better. The other one is a 2-drop that can allow you to play a 4-drop on turn 3. Always very nice to have the option to do that. But this is just a very good card, you know, a 3-mana 3/3 that almost always gets you a land if you need. And sometimes the proliferating is what you actually want, and you can always choose to proliferate with this thing. So it's gonna be one of these, and I actually think the Vorak is slightly more preferred here. It's also, if you hit a land, it's permanent mana source. This can be killed, so it doesn't necessarily get you to 7 mana. If you hit a land with this thing, you are gonna be closer to 7 mana. So I'm gonna take the Vorak because my first pick here really wants me to be green, and I think I like the reliable way to get to 7 more. Now here is a rather interesting option because I think the best card in the pack is just the Annex Sentry. Problem with green, well, it's not a problem, but the thing with green-white is in this set that it's trying to be quite aggressive. It's not easy to draft white cards that would support a late game focused green deck. So I don't think I want to really combine the Annex Entry with these picks. Well, the Rex mostly. When there are some other options I could pick, I could take the Claire, the Rat, but I think I'll take the Observer because I haven't really played with this card and it's still quite nice. Blue-green that tries to poison the opponent is something I haven't really done. I'm gonna do it. And here, oh, that's a tough one. I mean, there's an Anoint with Affliction, but there's also a Vital Spawning, which is quite nice when you can just get to the flashback here. But this is the best card in the pack. There's also a very nice white card if I took the white card in the previous pack. Now I'm not sure if blue is going to be open here. I know it with Affliction might be the peak here. I just had a green-black deck, but I mean, I might. This also buys me time to find my 7-drop. I really like the spawning though, but I think I'm actually taking the Anoint here. Because if black is open, I'm gonna miss this card so much. Alright, another Vorak. That's the easy thing. This might be a deck where I actually could play the Sphere or expand the Sphere, but of course I'm not going to pass the Vorak here. It's just great. Well, I see one black thing that poisons the opponent. I'm not sure. I mean, the Voraks don't poison the opponent. This is no good even if, because usually you deal with the. I mean, you can win with the damage too if you haven't dealt any poison. A thing I'm actually thinking about here is that should I take the Paladin of Predation? Because if I'm gonna make my deck so that it's gonna be able to cast a 7-drop, I might actually be able to cast this thing too. That's pretty crazy. But I mean, if I'm gonna twist my mana base so that I can cast a 7-drop, I want to have 2 payoffs, so I don't have to trust on just drawing the 1 Mythic Rare here. Yeah, it can be a little bit crazy, but I do that. Alright, so Bat Emergence. these things, I mean, you could get these from the graveyard, but how do you get them in the graveyard from your hand? I don't really think there are many ways to achieve that. I think I'll just take the Plague Nurse. It's a good defensive, 3-4 when I just want to go to enough. I want to go to 7 mana. Oh, Green Sun's Twilight, that's gonna have to be the pick. I mean, I would really like to have the Cultivator, but if you... So reveal the cards. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the X is. As long as it's 5 or more, you can put a 7-drop. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Green Sun's Twilight here. But the Cultivator would be a very good pick too. Yeah, okay, this is a ramp deck. Let's see how it pans out. Alright, so now there are two good options. There's the Raptor and there's the Longlegs. I still don't know. I mean, I might even splash the black here. I might play blue and green. Sorry, blue and black. I'm gonna play green for sure. Maybe I just should take the early drop though to block something. I'm not sure about the blue yet. I can just abandon the blue. And here I got a... Well, got the Hive Master again. Don't care about the white. That's a 2-drop. Should I take the Hive Master? I'm actually just taking the 2-drop here. I'm not even sure about the black. It could be just a splash for this Anoint with Affliction or something like that. I don't care about the Fisher because I actually don't want to discard my extra lands. I'll just take the Draw Spits in case I play the black. Cruel Grimdark, Draw Skullbomb. I have a couple of 7s. I don't think I want to play the 6 here now. I'll take the Draw Skullbomb. Custodian. Yeah, so I'm gonna be green. I haven't any ramp yet. I mean, I actually do have 2 Waraks, which do help me get the more mana, but I might get some ramp spells too. Now this pack is crazy. First of all, the Forge is that's just a very, very good rare. It's a bomb rare. It just takes over the game and wins by itself if the opponent can't deal with it. And it's an artifact, so it's not that easy to deal with it. Anyway, there's the Venomous Brutalizer, a very decent 4-drop. There's a Skitterfang, which is gonna be good regardless of your deck. The flexibility this card gives you, it's such a nice one. It can give a lifelink, a death touch, a flying, and sometimes the vigilance even can matter. Anyhow, I'm gonna take the removal spell here over all that stuff because I already have one, so now I will definitely at least splash these, and there's removal spells. These will give me time to find my mana for the 7-drops. And here I don't think it's gonna be the Claire. I'm just going to take the Cultivator now. This is, actual way to get these 7 mana creatures cast. So yeah, let's do it now. This might be like mono green splashing for the black removal. That said, I have here Distorted Curiosity. I also have the Conduit of Worlds, which would be great if I can find the Terramorphic Expanse, because you can just, use the Expanse all the time, every turn, to get to, for example, the 7 mana that I'm quite interested in. Now I could just take the Steward. I don't think I'm gonna be like a toxic deck. I won't be picking up 2 mana 1/1 here. If I take a 2-drop, it's gonna be the Steward. And I might just splash the black, like I said. Question is, should I take the rare? Let's take the rare. And now I will take a Terramorphic Expanse very high if I can see it. And here I'll just take the defensive card. And I will take here another defensive card. I don't think the Whisper is that great. The Testament Bearer is actually one way to get these guys in the graveyard, so that you can reanimate with the 5 mana spell. But I still think I'll just take the Basilisk. Let's try to be mostly green here. Oh, they tainted the Observer number 2. I mean, I'm gonna take another one of those. Don't know how relevant is the Proliferating and the Toxicness, but it's a 3 mana 2/3 flyer. It's not, I mean, it's a good stat line. Probably prefer it over the Raptor because the Proliferate can matter. And what do we see here? Well, there is a Vraska's Fall, which I don't know if I'm that interested in. I might be though. Then again, well, let's take it here at least. I think it's the most reasonable option there. Alright, there's the VAT emergence, but I still don't have a... Maybe if I have some kind of looting, if I play blue, I can discard these and reanimate. I'm gonna still pick it because I don't think I care about these other cards. And here I can just take the copper long legs. Just something to block with. The insight actually might be... No, I don't need that actually. It's too expensive, too clumsy. And here I'll just... I don't actually care about any of these. I'll just take the 20 gems rare in here. Alright, so Titanic Growth is... This is not the kind of deck that cares about the Titanic Growth, but Carnivorous Canopy is a nice sideboard card. It's a best of 3 draft, so that doesn't matter. Okay, I'll take the blue-red card, I suppose, because it's an uncommon. Okay, someone gets the last pick. I have Malkatsura. Pack 3, I still need some help, and oh, do I have help? There's the Thermophic Expanse, but maybe I can get it pick 9. Who knows, it's possible. I'm not gonna pass on a Scrap Gorger, that is great. I actually do want to have some... I mean, apart from these 7 drops, I don't really have any heavy hitters here. Can I get some 4 or 5 mana plays? Actually, I might want to have some of that. Well, no matter what, I'm just gonna take this Scrap Gorger here and see what I'm gonna pass. Okay, something more than I could be splashing here. Rebel Salvo is of course very good. I could play a Phyrexian Atlas in this deck for sure, but I think I can get them later. Previous pack also had an Atlas in there. I think I just take the Plague Nurse. It's actually a defensive stat line. And can also matter offensively with the Toxic too. I probably won't be taking the Rebel Salvo. I'm not sure about the Tainted Observer, but I kinda want to play them, but we'll see. A Kangaroo Bloom. Okay, I'm passing some pretty decent red here, but of course I'm very happy to take the Kangaroo Bloom quality 2-drop, thank you. And Mirror Convert. Now I'm gonna take it over the Plague Nurse, the Mantis, and whatnot. Convert is the pick. And okay, I could take an Annihilating Glare. I wouldn't mind the Engulfer actually giving my mana accelerating here. But I'm gonna take the removal now, that buys me more time. Maybe I can get some 6-drop here still later. Okay, another Malcator. So someone's getting 2 of them. Actually, they are not. I'm taking 20 gems here because this pack has like the Mantle and the Skull Bomb, neither of which I'm interested in. I already have picked one Mantle, and I still don't think that I'm gonna play even that. Ruthless Predation. Okay, well there is an Engulfer here, but maybe I should just take the Predation and look at my creature count, although I'm not sure how many of those I'm gonna cut. I would actually want to play one Engulfer in this deck, but I can maybe still get the one back I saw earlier. I'll take the Predation here. Oh. Am I gonna go for it? Am I gonna play 3 7-drops? Well, I have such an amount of... Well, I don't have a ton of, but I have still some accelerating. I'm actually doing the 7-drop deck now. Fine. I didn't get the Thermophic Expanse from this pack, but there's a Phyrexian Atlas, which I think with these 7-drops I should take over the 3rd copy of a Longlegs. I'm gonna take the Atlas. Although the next pack might have it too. Whatever, I'm taking it still. This one doesn't have the Atlas. I'm not sure about the Tainted Observer at all. I might not play it. Pretty late Punisher here. Let's just take it. Okay, I got the Mantis, which I can play. This I won't be playing. Skull Bomb, alright. Okay then, I'm not actually sure if I want to play the Conduit now that I don't have an Thermophic Expanse. I have the Dross Pitch, which you can just continuously play and sack. But, and of course this is not just a crucible of words. Obviously you can also get to play spells, permanent spells, but still, if you are in some kind of a top deck mode. But I might play this card from the sideboard and not in the main deck. Let's see, cut the lands now, and I'm not actually sure. I took the Observer quite early, but maybe I just don't need the blue. I mean, what do these do in this deck? I have other 3-mana plays, which I'm actually slightly more interested in having, although maybe not the Mirror Custodian. So if I cut these, I don't have to worry about blue mana at all. That's the big deal. And I still have a bunch of cuts I need to make, so why not that? Any other easy cuts here? I think I need to play the 2-drops just for the sake of having the 2-drops. Maze's Mantle can go away. Not sure about the Vraska's Fall, not sure about the Vat Emergence, other than, you know, it's good if these things die. But I think it's better as a sideboard card in that case. I suppose getting something like the Vorak back is... I mean, is it worth 5 mana? Not necessarily. Well, it might be if I have one of these in my hand without 7 lands yet, but I think the Vat Emergence is gonna be cut. And then I will be cutting... I'm gonna leave the Conduit of Worlds as a sideboard card. If I had a Theramorphic Expanse, I think it would be worth playing it, because it's just such a nice combination. But without that, not so much. 26 cards. I guess that Maze Calbum is something I don't want to play. I might play the Dross Calbum, because I have still... I'm totally playing 17 lands in this deck, and the Phyrexian Atlas, and the Green Sun's Twilight, the Mirror Convert, all that stuff, so... And the Vorak, so I think I should be having mana, so getting value from this card can be... I might often have the mana to do the expensive stuff, and if I don't, then I just use 1+1 mana to cycle the card. But do I have some easy cuts now? Because of course this is still 25, and I'm going to cut 2 more cards. I'm thinking about the Vraska's Fall. It might be better to leave as a sideboard card, because some decks just have too easy sacrifice fodder for this thing. So I'm gonna leave it as a sideboard option, and then that leaves me with 1 more cut. So let's see the 2-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 1-drop, 2 2-mana removal spells. So again, I think I can just easily cut a 2-drop. I'd rather keep the Skullbomb here. So I'm gonna cut one of the long legs. The Steward, I like it a little bit more as a main deck option. I could see sideboarding it away and replacing with the long legs, but I think against an unknown opponent, I'd rather have the Steward and 1 long legs than 2 of these spiders. So that's the deck. I only need, like, you know, a few ways to get black mana. It's basically a mono green deck, and yeah, I mean, having 3 of these 7-drops is probably enough to have it, you know, kind of a game plan around resolving one of these. Now, opponents with a decent amount of removal can deal with the things that I resolve, so I need to have some other ways to win. But you know, I have here after all 16 creatures. All of them have some amount of power, so I can just, you know, try to win that way. I guess there's a poison victory possible with some of the cards, but that won't be that easy. I mean, of course, with the 7-drops, if these hits even once, that's very close to winning with poison already. But yeah, I think this is the main deck, and I have some sideboarding to do then, depending on what the opponent shows to me. Yeah, that's that's a lot of 7s, but I mean, I have a lot of ways to get mana. Atlas is my 18th mana source. Just if I just have 3 lands, Voraks can get me lands. Convert, Scrap Coacher and the Cultivator all are creatures that can give me more mana, and the Green Sun's Twilight can find me a land. So I'm not too concerned about being stuck with these 7 drops in my hand without having access to 7 lands. As long as I can, survive until I can make my 7th land drop. And I have a defensive place here. So let's go for it. How many swamps? I guess I don't need to play that many forests, so I can play like 5 swamps because I do want to have the option to have these anoints on turn 2 with 5 sources plus. Yeah, I mean, this should be enough. I think 12 forests makes sense and 5 ways to get black mana. I would be very unlucky if at 7 mana I don't have 3 green. I mean, I would have to actually have all my black producing lands and 2 forests and none of this stuff like the Atlas or Convert or the Scrap Coacher or the Cultivator. Yeah, I mean, this should be, the triple caster shouldn't be a problem. That's the main deck. Okay, how many starting hands can I have that have all my 7 drops, all 3 of them? Well, this is not one, and I have only one of them. 2 lands, but with the Vorak, I'm on the draw. 3 draw steps to find some way to get mana, and I have 15 lands plus other cards too. I have 3 creatures that can. Oh, they start with the Duress main deck. They're also playing with the 48 card deck. Well, they can get one of my removal spells. But yeah, I have 15 lands I can draw, and I have 3 creatures that can give me mana. That cost 1 or 2 mana. So that was like 18 outs out of 33. And the opponent, come on. You don't keep a 1 lander like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Maybe I was supposed to play the Basilisk there, because if this misses, at least I can proliferate additional poison after I have attacked with this thing. But, I mean, opponent just missed 2 turns, so I'm not too concerned here. Not too concerned at all. Okay, that's not gonna do much. Am I supposed to kill this? No, I can go. I can take some poison here. Because I don't have a play for next turn yet, so I think I will. Actually, I do if the Mirror Convert survives. I wasn't supposed to attack with the Basilisk necessarily. Maybe I'm actually. Because I just realized now that I actually do have access to 7 mana on the next turn if the Convert survives. So maybe I should in fact have killed. One of these guys. I mean, probably doesn't matter. Okay, fine. I'll take the poison and let them gain the life there. But maybe this was supposed to be holding back. Another Duress there. Yeah, okay, you can. I mean, they get cards with the Duress, but it's still not a very decent card. Yeah, no blocks. So let's see if they have an answer for the Paladin of Predation. But if they do, I mean, I'm still dealing some. Am I gonna deal the poison here? I kind of want to deal also poison here because of the fact that the Plague Nurse can allow me to. I mean, let's say they deal with this guy. They can pacify it, for instance. Okay. Well, this has Death Touch now, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice one of my. Well, it will have after the attack. But this can't be blocked, of course. Yeah. Oh, alright, alright. So this can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, so none of these. Okay, so I'm just figuring out. They're gonna go to 8 poison, so I'm gonna make... it would be tempting to play the Paladin of Predation, but maybe I'll just... I'm gonna just force the jump block there. It's not a jump block, it's actually a trade. But I'm gonna do that. So this is going to fight this guy, and then they do have to block now. One of my... one of the creatures they can block. So Basilisk or the Convert and trade with that. They go to 9 poison here now. And also take a lot of damage. Okay, they die. They die to poison and to not having enough life. Alright, well that was this is something that happens in traditional drafts. So opponent plays what 40, well almost 50 cards, multiple duresses, kept one lander. That wasn't really a showcase of how good this archetype is. Can you even call this an archetype? I play 3 7-drops. This is a sort of a ramp deck, I guess. But hey, I take the wins that I can. It's not like I'm gonna concede the match because opponent seems to be a little bit of an inexperienced drafter. I don't think I have a reason to side in the Vraska's fall. Maybe the long legs, but then again, I again don't wanna cut anything, so let's just go with the same deck and see if the opponent can start with something else than one lander perhaps. I guess it's tempting to keep a swamp duress hand, but still it's pretty risky if you don't have other lands. Alright, so Mir Convert and the Vorak means that this is a good hand. Now I have only 3 black spells in the deck, so I happen to draw 2 of them. So I won't be in any big trouble here without the swamp. Besides, I can still I can still find the swamp. I have 5 of any black producing land. I have 5 of them in the deck, and I can dig with the Vorak and the Twilight for them. I think I'm gonna block here, I think. Well, they played the Communion and they didn't attack. And now I can just exile the thing. This only works if it dies. Poor opponent. I'm gonna do it now, right away. I guess I could have waited for their turn, but... now... that's already very good for me. I won't crack this thing for a card. I will get the full value out of this. Our opponent has nothing to pressure me with, so shouldn't be a problem. And Mir Custodian, I'm gonna get one scry 2. They scry twice, I will scry once. Or like, let's say scry 2, not scry twice. To the top, I will... well, I'm gonna keep that. I actually have with the Vorak and the Twilight almost at 7 mana already, so given a few turns, of course. Here I can do this. And I can get my swamp now. And no attacks, so next turn what I can do... I believe I can... yeah, I can play with the Twilight with the X equals 5. So if I get my other 7 drops in the top 5. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, and then on the next turn I can, assuming I hit a land, I can cast this if the Convert survives. Hey, there's no creature. What? I don't get anything than a land here. Wow, that was actually 6. It's X+1 card. Yeah, actually that I forgot it's X+1. But yeah, 6 lands on top. Let's take this one that at least I can use. Okay, you can choose to put them on your hand, I understand. Well, I mean, I'm still having a pretty good... This has a ward 4, so they can't really deal with this thing without something like a Death Toucher. And I can kill... I guess if they have the instant speed trick that gives Death Touch. Well, then I can use the Dross Kalbom to bring it back from a graveyard, so I guess there is that. And this thing holds back all of that stuff, so they can't even attack. But yeah, that was a disappointing Green Sun's Twilight. No creature in top 6. And my deck is mostly creatures. Alright, let's go. Let's go, big thing. They have only 7 power, so they can't multiple block it. Unless they have the 1 mana trick. There's an aura that gives +1/+1 and has flash, but... I mean, even if they were able to kill it by blocking with several creatures, I would use the Dross Kalbom to bring this guy back. I am facing actually a lot of... Oh, that has Trample. That's only preventing 3 life. Because I was gonna say that if they kill the Vorak, they actually have 7, damage here. But yeah. No, I'm not. I mean, I suppose if I attack, if I kill the Custodian, I can attack for 1 poison with this thing. Because I can proliferate here once. So I kinda could. I don't think it matters. I'm just gonna attack with this guy. Now they can actually block with all of them. So my Rex will die. But they will lose everything. They get a card from this thing, of course. Oh, they didn't wanna block. Sure. Guess I'll play my stuff then. This will corrupt up and proliferate. Decline this. They got the 9 poison now, and then I'll just maybe I will preserve my life total. I'll play the Steward only. Sentry gets something here. Not the one they need to deal with. But they do have enough toughness to block the trample, but I suppose I kill the sentry, so they have only 6 toughness, so the trample will go through, and that of course means that toxic will go through as well, and well, you know the story. 1 white mana isn't gonna help them now, I'm sure. The 1 trick available at white mana is gonna give them 1 additional point of toughness, and that won't be enough. Oh, actually, I just proliferate now. Didn't even realize. Decline, proliferate. That's it. No need to attack here. Yeah, it was a bit risky move for them to take the guy with an important ETB, but I guess they were losing there anyway. Okay, let's see if we have a bit more challenging game coming up. Opponent mulligans. I'm gonna keep this because of the Green Sun's Twilight. I need only 1 land in 3 draws to get the Basilisk, both Basilisks down. Now at least I'm playing against a 40 card deck. Okay, and there is the Swamp for the Anoint with Affliction. So this is X+1. You can even cast this with 1 mana, X equals 0. So if you just desperately need to dig into a land or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna exile that because I have another of these. Scrap culture is actually nice, but I don't really... I'm gonna play the Basilisk now because I'm more interested to get to 6 mana for this thing and I'm not there yet. Okay, I do that. But on the next turn, if I draw a land, maybe I should play the Scrap culture. If I draw land, because then if I would draw another land I would be at 6. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for it. That leaves me mana up for the Affliction anyway. But if the Scrap culture survives, which it does, I can't exile that though. Okay. Hey, I need to reveal this from those things for the Green Sun's Twilight. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I can do this. I can do this and that can block the Mantis. It seems like they do have the 1 mana trick available. Sure. No, that's so annoying. The Scrap culture is so important here, but I need to... I mean, I need to block this guy. Now, if I get the 3rd point of poison... Am I supposed to use this now? If I draw 1 more land, I can put x equals 5 there. Okay, I'm gonna wait a turn. I mean, I'm at 20, I'm not that desperate here. But if I get a 3rd point of poison, then they will get the first strike with that annoying trick they might have. Okay, so that I can at least, you know, exile the token, I mean. I will do that right away. And next turn I'm gonna play the Green Sun's Twilight unless I draw something. Well, scratch that. Let's get the 6th land with this thing. Hopefully, and it worked. And now either I draw a 7th land and I can start playing these paladins, or I just cast this. Okay, they can... Well, the Basilisk is doing the defensive work here. Imagine the Mantis hasn't done anything now. I don't have any... I mean, I guess I could attack with the Basilisk here. So the nasty thing is that if they have like a pacifism on the Paladin of Predation, I can't block either of these. I can only jump block. But this is a toxic 6. Yeah, I don't think the one poison matters. Let's do this. Let's do this instead. Oh yeah, this is so great. Big creatures, what's not like? They can double block it though. But hey, that can... I mean, they would lose only one of those guys. Huh. That is actually interesting. Am I supposed to accept that? I mean... I have used both of my Anont with Afflictions. This is only 6 power and they can block with these guys because they have enough power for that. I mean, I have another one up here, but the question is, am I going to trade with the Mantis here? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do it. What else can I do? I mean, let them attack for 3 in the air. Oh, they have a tower stand, I guess. Okay, how many cards they are gonna use to That was not what they wanted to do. I mean, they used 3 cards to deal with. They could have just double blocked. And, well, I guess... I don't even know. I mean, why didn't they double block? They didn't have power to kill them both. Their combined power was 7, so they would have lost 1 creature there. They were annoyed about my Paladins of Predation. They didn't even see the Tyrannax Rex, which I could have gotten maybe with this. I would have looked at or revealed top 7. If I don't draw land, it's 6+1 cards. So there was like a around the 30% chance to get the Mythic Rare as well. Anyway, they are green, white, and something that is black. There's a Vraska's Fall splash. So if there's something... Yeah, they had the Zealot's Conviction, but that block was weird there. The Canopy can deal with the Flyer in 2 ways, both because it's an artifact and a creature with flying. But there's not much else I care about. I mean, as a target for the Canopy. The Copper Longlegs does block some of the stuff, but then again not... Well, surprisingly it doesn't really block well a 4-drop. I just don't think I want to, again, put anything... I don't want to remove anything from the deck, that's the thing. Just do the same. I guess this is the perfect deck, why would I change it? Well, I keep getting these 2 landers, but I guess I can cycle this thing. 1 land, I have a 2... Yeah, I have a blocker on turn 2. 1 land gives me this defensive option as well, and at least I don't have a 7-drop clogging my hand right now. Okay, that will be exiled once I find a swamp, although Basilisk can hold it at bay as well. Okay, I'm very happy to trade my 1-3 on the stand there. Alright, and I got this thing which hopefully finds me a swamp. There's a Tyrannax Rex and a Green Suns thing. Okay, couple of my big things, but I guess I still have 2 6/7s left here. Okay, now I'm gonna... Okay, that's not a bad one. I'm gonna just use the Ruthless Predation, of course, to deal with this thing immediately. And then I can play a Kangaroo Bloom. Am I gonna attack here? I need to win the game as well. I don't have to try to wait for my 6/7s. Because the Kangaroo Bloom can block the Singer here. And I don't mind if they block with the Singer here as well. Now it's a bit risky if they kill the Kangaroo Bloom. They get to deal 2 poison to me. I wouldn't like that, but... That was 4 damage I was able to deal there quite nicely. There's the splash color, so they can have the Vraska's Fall there, but I guess I have the Orak here. I wonder if I'm going to actually draw the swamp at some point. I really want to use the Skull Bomb only after that happens. But it would be valuable with the Anoint and the Glare. Because I put there, you know, on the bottom of the deck, there's a bunch of non-black producing. I mean, none of the black producing lands are on the bottom of the deck. I have 5 of them in the deck. I have the Phyrexian Altar. I have a lot of ways to generate the black mana. Maybe I just play the Basilisk now and I will not attack now. Because I don't want to take any poison. This will be a 2/4 attacker, by the way. Now that's a little bit annoying, but I guess I will use the Kangaroo Bloom to deal with the Wellspring here. Yeah, I think I need to get rid of the Singer or something. Oh, they didn't actually. Well, let's see what I draw. Now there's a way to get black mana, so maybe I can hang on here. Should I attack with the Vorak now? Yeah, I can of course block the Basilisk with my own Basilisk. Now I'm going to... when this has 2 counters... but they will get also Scries, I don't like that. Okay, I'm not gonna attack now. I feel like it's not necessary. Take an attack for 1 in the air, I don't care. Alright, there's an Atrocity. Oh, I think I know what I do with this. Yeah. This is now rather easy. So I'm going to is it though? Yeah, I'm going to trade with these because I can use the Claire to kill the Atrocity and the Anoint with Affliction to the so I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna kill the Wellspring before it's gonna be a problem, and it will be in the longer the game goes. So this is fine. And now, these are all my black cards, but I have the scrap cards now. So all I need to do here is to pay 4 and kill this thing. Exile. Guess I don't like the Wellspring. They might have a way to bring back a permanent, I suppose. There's a green uncommon that does that. And well, they have only attack with what? So that was an annoying thing. That was really annoying. I'm not gonna jump there. Fine then. Be that way. I don't like it. Couldn't even draw the black mana. I mean, I have to take more damage there. This will be a 3-3 on the next turn, not now. Well, I'm actually not going to block the Atrocity here, so... I guess I can bring back the Basilisk. I have the mana for that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. So, am I gonna attack with this guy or not? Because they might attack with both. Yeah, I'm gonna say no here. I really do want to deal damage when I can, but I think I'm still gonna say no to this. And then I'm gonna actually bring back the Basilisk. So I can block the Atrocity here. And I will exile from their graveyard this Atrocity. Like so. Okay, so the top half of my deck didn't have any black producing lands because I revealed a bunch of cards. So this says 23, but I have seen actually, I guess, more than that. Mantle, okay, well that will get exiled before it's a problem. Now that was about time. Which means that well, I guess I can attack with my Basilisk. gonna play this first. Because now I can double block their atrocity. And if they take, you know, this poison at 3, I can exile the atrocity, although I think I'm going to just well, I'm gonna exile the lookout regardless. Oh, Rot Priest. They don't have mana to activate the Death Touch part right now, but now this is tough. Now if they attack with this, it's gonna be a 5/5. I can still double block it. That's fine. They can't give Death Touch to anything, so I can actually let them. I don't need to kill the Singer right now. Actually, I need to get rid of the Rot Priest. And the way to do that is to connect with the Basilisk on the next turn. I need to connect with it. Because I can use the Plague Nurse to make it deal 2 poison. So let's see if they're gonna take it. I hope they just do take it. Yes. Because now they go to corrupted status and I can deal with the Rot Priest. Okay. Everything is fine now. Bye bye Rot Priest. Don't give any Death Touch to anyone. And now we are top decking, but I have some strong top decks. And I can hold this thing at... unless they have a trick, which would be super annoying. Get rid of their stuff there. Okay, another Basilisk, definitely a very welcome card, because with the Plague Nurse I can actually clock them quite fast. There's no other attack here though. I should maybe crack the... well, let's first see if they block or not. Because I want to know if I need to use 3 mana, or do I want to use 3 mana there or not. Okay, I will definitely do that. And then I can do this, and I can still crack the draw speeds at the end of their turn, because the Scrap Coacher gives me the missing mana for that. Kangabloom is... well, it's gonna trade with one of the Basilisks, which is fine. Okay, they showed that they have nothing in their hand. Always nice to see that. Guess I'll take the Mantle away, because that's a permanent which they could return with the green uncommon. And okay, now I get the black mana, but I need my 6/7s. They are there somewhere. Well, as long as they have the atrocity there, I can't attack with anything else than the Death Touchers, so I'll do that. One of them will trade with the Kangabloom, I'm pretty sure, but what does the other do? It deals 2 poison to them. Sweet. That's only activate once, by the way, if you were wondering why don't I use it more. I can't. And they have an Attendant, which is, well, I guess is going to trade with the other Basilisk then. But hey, I'm winning with poison without the, so that my big hitters aren't actually doing that. It's only from the Basilisk and Plague Nurse. Alright, let's get rid of the Kangabloom here. So I just need to draw my 7 drops. I have 2 of them that I haven't... I know the Mythic Rare is somewhere in the bottom from the Vorak. So do I even want to trade with the Attendant here? I don't think it really achieves much. It's gonna attack as a 4/5 though. Nah, I don't... oh, what the... what just happened? I have no good attack. I mean, I can attack with the Basilisk. They block with the Attendant. They trade. I have no attacks after that. Now they don't have anything either. I guess they were thinking that... didn't they see the 6/7 or both of them in their game 1? I don't even remember. But maybe they thought that it's just a matter of time when I find the 6/7s. But even they are not that amazing against the 4-4 and I don't know. Whatever they considered, they had no time to continue. It's a bit weird. But I do think I was the player that had better top decks because of the 6-7s. I have 2 of those. So I suppose it was like a matter of time, unless they had some crazy bomb in the deck. But if they did, they wouldn't have conceded. Alright. On the draw again, but it has worked well. And well, I have 2 7-drops, but at least I have a Scrap Gorger, which hopefully survives here because I might need the black mana from it here. Skull Bomb. Okay, so they might actually bounce this before I get to use it, but let's see if they have a 2-drop. And they do, of course. And I didn't even draw a land here yet. I need to draw a land because they will bounce the Scrap Gorger. Although they might just play an artifact and attack for 3. I guess I do hope they do that instead of something else. Normally I would block here because this is a free attack. They want to gain the 2 life anyway. But I need this too much. I'm gonna, although now they will bounce it. That's actually also possible. No, just a Drake. Okay, fine. They even drew the 3rd land, which is the swamp. Sure. So I can exile this at some point, but now I'm gonna just do this. I guess they're gonna just bounce it, but I mean, I'm just happy they don't bounce the Scrap Gorger here. Okay, well, that thing needs to go very soon. So they... Yep, there goes Plague Nurse for now. If I do draw a land on the next turn, I can play both the Basilisk and the Anoint with Affliction. Hopefully the 2 damage I took doesn't come back to bite me. That's not a land, but it is... it is a mana source, but now the problem here is that they can bounce something on the next turn too, and they have... Yeah, I guess I just make them bounce the Scrap Gorger. Is there really any other option? Because I will play the Atlas and then I will exile the Drake. Yeah. I mean, they don't have to bounce the Scrap Gorger, but if they don't do that, I would be just very happy. So that will take 3 of their 5 mana though. Maybe if they do have a 2 mana play after that, it will be reasonable. Okay. Don't say you have a counter spell. This is the one of the few... Oh man. This was the one of the few cases where I didn't actually, you know, use my removal on my own turn. And they had the counter spell to punish me for it. I'm gonna lose to this Drake now. I had the removal and I didn't use it. When they were tapped out. That's great. There's no way. I mean, they have a 2-turn clock most likely with that thing. Because they can easily make it deal even 4 right now. I still can find my... I have 2 removal spells. I have the green removal spell too. I mean, I think I had this game in a very good shape if I... If I exiled this on my own turn. Now they would have the counter spell, they would be able to use it at some point, yeah, but... I mean... Well, I guess I just need to find one of the removal spells. They have now some trick to save the Justiciar. This will deal 4. Okay, no. No, it doesn't actually save the Justiciar, but now I need to find removal right away. That's not it. What a shame, what a shame. I guess the Watcher would have still clocked a bit, but yeah, a real shame that they had the counterspell. They don't even play a toxic deck, and they had the, you know, the taxing counterspell here. Oh, that hurts me. I'm gonna play the Canopy. There's multiple targets for it. This is an artifact, this is a flyer, and this is an important thing to kill. They might have other flyers too. Now I have to actually just say that the Drusk Bomb is too slow here. Probably still not playing the long legs. This is fine. I mean, I have long legs in the deck, but I won't have the final one. But yeah, that was a really nasty counterspell. Let's see if I can, with my 17 land deck, have more than 2 lands in my starting hand. Yes, I can. Now let's hope I get to draw some of my, you know, big hitters, because I have the mana production now. But I have 4 drops that are relevant. I have, of course, the 7 drops, and I guess some 3 drops too that would be nice to draw. Okay, that's one of the things. I'm gonna charge this guy with oil. I'm not gonna attack for 1, because I can cast this thing on turn 4 with x equals 5, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, there's a payoff. Now just don't counter my things. The Mythic Rare actually can't be countered. And of course they can't really keep mana up that efficiently, so will I block here? I mean, I would be normally willing to double block, but I really need the Cultivator here, so let's take the 3. Okay, that's a good one, but first untap these. Yeah, I should have x equals 5 here. And oh, there it is, Tyrannox Rex and Forest. Put the chosen cards onto the battlefield. Battlefield, thank you. Ta-da! It's Ward 4, so they are not really gonna deal with it. It has Trample, so Watcher can draw them a card, but doesn't do much else. And if this is not enough, I have the Paladin of Predation coming on the next turn. If the Cultivator survives here. That's a good card. Doesn't do anything against the Rex here. They don't even have the 8 power here, and of course I have the instant interaction here too. Okay, so let's see what happens. This also is gonna actually make them lose life now, because they are corrupted. So they might have the counter spell. I have, even with the Cultivator and the Atlas, I'm only at 8 mana, so this could get countered now. I guess I have no reason to let that happen. I have the Anoint, I can keep it up. Yep. That was fun. But I need to win one more game. One more game, so they have the 3-1. Well, my exile stuff does work well against that. I don't have the -1/-1 here, do I? How about the Vraska's Fall? I mean, it's really annoying if they have like a Malcator's Watcher. No, I'm not gonna play that. Yeah, I think this deck is as good as it's gonna get. Let's hope that I can ramp good stuff quickly in this one too, but I will be on the draw, so I really need to have a good hand. Let's hope to get one. Yeah, that's a really good one. They mulligan, I mulligan, and this is, you know, acceptable. I really don't know. I mean, Canopy is actually gonna kill most of the things I want to kill with the Glare, so I think the Glare has to go. I wanna have the 2-mana blocker. I wanna have the 7-drop here despite, you know, it being a 7, but I mean, the entire point of this deck is to play this 7-drop, so let's do it like this. First step is to draw the third land, and that happened immediately. Do they have the 2-1 that grows? No, they have just a Watcher, and I have a blocker for that. Very nice. And now all I need to here is to draw lands, basically, and hope that this doesn't get countered. Okay, they are thinking. What are they thinking there? Another Watcher. Ah, missed land drop. Okay, okay. Yep. Let's hopefully find a land here. And I'm gonna take the. Yeah, I'm not gonna be that greedy. I'm not gonna sack the draw speeds anytime soon because I want to hit my 7th land. So I just take the second green so I can double spell. It would be really greedy to take that enter tapped black producing land with only one forest. Otherwise, okay, I can use the canopy to deal with the 4/4. They will still draw a card, but I mean it's better than me dying before I get to my 7. Unless I draw the exile on the retrofitter right now, which I quite did not. Yeah, there's not much really. Yeah, I have to do it like this. Hopefully they don't have more of that. I should actually attack here, should I? I wanna win this game too. I don't know why did I. Yeah, I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna trade with the retrofitter if they wanna double block. It's really stupid to tap out before. Although I had to actually kill this before I can attack, so okay. So I'm at effectively 5 mana because of the cultivator, and I can play some spells here. I can block them using the mantis to block the. Oh, I need 1 more mana for that to work. But I could get some crazy stuff with that, just like in the previous game. Now, am I going to attack suddenly anymore? I do want to kind of pressure their life total, but I can also double block the Eye of Malcator. I know I can just use the Mantis to block it, but I guess I'm gonna maybe use aggression with the Mantis. I'm not going to attack with the Vorak right now. It would be really shame to lose the game before I get to even cast the Paladin of Predation here. Phyrexia Knight. It's actually a knight. A big knight it is. And I hope to not catch the counter spell I saw in game 1. So that's also a thing I need to be worried about. Sadly, this thing is here. If they have an aura-based removal spell, can't get good value out of this. Because, well, mostly because I can't draw it. Okay, they can bounce something. Don't know if it matters, because yeah, now I can either double block this guy with the 3-3 and a 1-3, or 1-2, or however I choose, or with the 4-3. So whichever they're gonna block. And I actually have to... I'm gonna have to block with the long legs and the Vorak. I won't be blocking, risking the cultivator. I would assume they are going to... Okay, that's just that then. Well, in that case, I'm not gonna risk anything. Let's see what they have. That's fine. Just a trade there. Okay, so now I have to be worried about the counter spell. I guess I'll just play the Predation Steward here. Oh, that's gonna be good. So, let's do this and see if they... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they might have the counter spell there. So now... I think I'm willing to trade the Vorak now. Oh, they just had a Chrome Prowler. Well, that's not a big deal. It's surprising that they did it now. They should have let me attack and then tap down something. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Now I think I won't be exiling anything right now. I can block the Prowler with the 2-2, and I have blocks here. They might, bounce something, but in the end, I'm at 16. I can take some damage here. Easy blocks, let's see what they have. Theorist. Okay, so they get the loot now. Whenever another artifact enters, they get the loot. Sure. Well, the Longlegs has done a good job holding the Malkthor's Watcher at bay. Okay, now let's draw a land. They are tapped out. I can only exile one of those two. That's not... I mean... Is it time for me to not be greedy? I mean, I'm one short of getting the stuff on the battlefield. I can keep them in my hand if I cast it with x equals less than 5. I mean, given the situation here, I think I still want to use the counter on this guy. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just untap this, and I'm gonna have x equals 4 then, sadly. I just need to hit my land drop. Okay, Vorak is good and Forest is good. And then I can play the Forest, and I can play the Vorak on the next turn. And then I will be at 7 mana regardless. They can bounce something, but they actually have only 5 damage here. And I can still block something with... Okay, yeah, I can actually block any 2 power creature with the long legs. Justice here. Get them loot. This is gonna give them some value, but hopefully they don't have answers for both of my paladins here. And I don't want to play into the counter spell they might be having still in their hand. Okay, that was not a Skull Bomb they chose to discard. That means the 2 cards in their hand are gonna be relevant. Okay, so let's do the Vorak first. I have 2 swamps, that's gonna be enough. And now I don't actually mind if they counter the Plagueness. I'm gonna use my final counter, which means that I can't cast a 7-drop on the next turn if I don't draw land. But I think it's worth it because they might just go for the counter spell now, if they have it. Because I start to get so much mana here that the taxing counter spell might not work anymore. I really want them to use it on something else than the 7-drop, exactly like this. And I can, you know, leave, you know, without having access to the 7-drop on the next turn. Plus, I still might just draw a land, and then I have. Yeah, the 3/4 was actually quite bad against the 2/4 here. Okay, so now they have the, you know, the bladed onslaught, you know, +2/+1 for every creature they have. So I'm not gonna not going to So it's gonna cost white and white for them. So that means that I am going to block here and I'm going to double block here. So they can't. This is gonna deal for. They're gonna lose that. They're gonna, yeah, this is fine, and they have to use the. They have to use the spell now, otherwise they just lose these creatures. So this is gonna trade with the Justiciar and they can pick off one of these guys. Yep. Unless they have another trick. I mean, if they had both of them. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, that was totally fine. I still have my removal. They lost 3 cards, I lost 2 cards. They're down to 1 card in hand. I'm still at a fairly healthy life total. I might have to exile this guy though. I might actually have to just do it. I mean, it's gonna draw them a card anyway, so. Let's just exile it right away. And 3/3 is gonna block the 2/4, and the cultivator will untap a land on the next turn. So I'm gonna get this. I don't even have to use, you know, 2 life to get mana from the mirror convert. As long as they don't have another flyer, I'm happy. Now they can bounce one of my 6/7s. They will buy some time with it, but as long as they don't. So they had the best possible flyer there could be. I mean, why it happened like that? That is so unfair. Because they also have the bounce on the predation. I'm gonna lose to this sentry before I get to deal the lethal poison with these guys. I need to. I still can draw removal. I have the +2/+1. Oh man, this is so annoying. I just said anything but a flyer. And no, they had like a 4 power flyer. Of course, if they sack the. They shouldn't sack the Skull Bomb first. It's gonna make the sentry into a 2 power creature. So they should first attack for 3. And then bounce it. But problem is. I don't have a life gain or anything, no. Ah, damn that sentry. And they had to draw it immediately. Immediately when I said that now it's a time when I have stabilized, I get to get my big hitters. This is really annoying. I mean, I can only hope they don't draw more artifacts and this is becoming a 2, you know, 2 power creature for good, but their deck is mostly artifacts, so it's not gonna happen. I need a removal spell. I need a removal spell. This is a 2-turn clock they're having. That's not a removal spell. Yeah, it's just, I mean, they don't currently have a 2-turn clock, so maybe if they don't draw an artifact right now, but they also have the surgical bay. Well, I mean, I have 1 turn to find my removal still. It's gonna be over one way or the other. Yeah, that's it. So, and they get to scry. So now I need to draw. I think I have exactly 1 out in the deck. The fight spells. +1/+2 and a fight. That is the 1 out. don't think I have any life gain or anything. Do I? Oh, I can have another one of these long legs, do I? I think that's 2 outs then. Yeah, more flyers. So I'm really annoyed that they had to have the sentry there. I mean, I think I needed one more turn before they get to start hitting damage in the air. Well, let's see what I drop. Oh my god. That's gonna be 10 poison. They can't block these tramples. Are you kidding me? Whatever, let's attack with all this. This is gonna be 10 poison. Because they can't block this. Not with those guys. And this will trample definitely enough for the toxic 4 to happen. Oh man, I was so disappointed about the sentry and now I still won. Well, that could have been in my hand because I would have played in that way regardless, but that the opponent doesn't know that it was a top deck, but it was. I mean, it was justice when they had this draw, because I would have won with the Paladin of Predations too if I had a little bit more time. Alright, so the first pick in the draft showed up on the critical moment. I could have still drawn a removal spell, but actually with them having the Watcher and me being at 2 life, they still had a 2-turn clock. Although with the Paladin of Predation that might have been enough for me to win, but yeah, regardless. At least it was an epic finish to this event. Tyrannosaurus Rex getting the job done. Alright, it was a fun deck. Don't know if that actually is something I would recommend drafting. There were some easy matchups too, in terms of maybe the opponents didn't have the strongest of decks of all time in the first 2 matches. But on an ideal level, this I think can work. I basically had these 4 pay-ups for, when I have access to a lot of mana. I had multiple things that, gave me extra mana, and I had defensive plays that Anoint with Afflictions, the Death Touchers here, Vorak, which trades and gets me more lands at the same time. 2 drops were fine here. And I, by the way, had only 1 long legs because the other one was in my sideboard. So actually I didn't have the long legs as an out. I think the only outs in that game were the Ruthless Predation and the Rex. Well, I'm willing to start a draft with a Tyrannosaurus Rex and try to do something like this. And the idea with the 2 Paladins, yeah, it kind of makes sense because if you are making your mana to support 7 drops, why just have 1? It's kind of like for nothing if you don't draw the 1. So yeah, and hey, it was 3-0. I did everything correctly, right? That has to be a results-oriented thinking, of course. Alright, well, that was it. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next video, but I think when this is gonna publish, it's gonna be quite close to the Shadows over Innistrad remastered. So, I mean, I will continue playing the All Will Be One drafts too, and recording them and uploading them, but I will have, of course, the remastered set drafts too. I think they will just be, I might be able to at least at first have like a video every day, so that every second day is gonna be 1 set and every second day is gonna be the other. But that should be quite soon. The new remastered set, I mean. So I don't know if it's gonna be exactly the next video, but it will be a few days after that at least. Anyway, thank you and bye bye.